I'm Emerald Butler, and I am a country roots songwriter and entertainer. I was born and raised in Selkirk, Tennessee, and I grew up playing music in the Chattanooga area. I play fiddle, guitar, I write songs, I sing, and I just love entertaining people. Just released my new album and entitled I Am Me. It was a great experience recording that and writing it. The album itself is kind of filled with songs about being true to yourself, being who you are, and knowing that that's okay. The song I Am Me is actually on that album, which is I Am Me. And again, it just talks about, it's okay to be yourself and you are who God created you to be. And the other songs kind of come into that idea as well, and each song is just a little piece of me and a little piece of how I like to entertain and some of my writing. I started taking fiddle lessons when I was about 5 years old. I was encouraged by my grandfather, Dalton Butler, to take fiddle lessons, and because he loved playing fiddle tunes, he played the guitar. He actually still plays the guitar and plays rhythm, and he just loved backing up people who played fiddle and fiddle tunes. I took lessons for about 2 years. Me and my older brother, we took the fiddle lessons and did more of the bluegrass and country music. And then we switched to classical lessons and did the Suzuki method. And I absolutely hated that. And apparently my brother did too. He said he retired. But I quit for a while. Then when I was 12 years old, I started taking fiddle lessons again. And from then on, I knew it was just something I loved to do. I started writing songs when I was about 14, maybe 15 years old. I started playing the guitar, and I hadn't really written anything before I played the guitar, and it kind of just came about. I never sat down and thought, oh, I'm going to write a song. A lot of my earlier songs and writings were a way for me to vent and to get some of the stresses of teenage life out. It was a great way for me to cope with a lot of difficult things I was going through at the time, and it just kind of kept developing. In Chattanooga, I am known as the fiddle player, and that is great, and I love that, but there's been that time where I know that I can do more as far as, writing and singing and entertaining, and I want to do more. My family has been very supportive of what I do, even from the beginning of taking me to fiddle lessons. My mom would take me to fiddle lessons, have to put up with listening to me practice, and she probably heard a lot of screeching in those early years on the fiddle. And of course my dad paying for fiddle lessons, and my dad was the one who actually took me out when I started playing out and about, like at the Signal Mountain Opry and Snow Hill Bluegrass Jam, and I remember the first time he took me to Nashville. We were going to a SPIGMA, big bluegrass convention in Nashville, and everybody in the hotel, it's at the Sheraton Music City Hotel, and everybody's got a room, and all night they're jamming and playing bluegrass music. And he took me there, and I got to go out and play with just random people. You go into a room and start playing, and it's just a big party. But they had that for a whole weekend in February. And during the day, it was on a Saturday, my dad took me to Nashville downtown, and we went to the Ryman Auditorium and the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum. And I freaked out because I loved it. And that's kind of a place where I kind of learned more about myself, and that, I wasn't just bluegrass, but I loved classic country and roots music, but in a country, mainly country. But I remember me and my dad took a backstage tour of the Ryman Auditorium, and it was an incredible tour, and I was just is one of those moments when you're dreaming and you're like, oh, this is what I want to do. You know, the next time I'm backstage, I want to be the artist backstage. And then we came out, and right outside the Ryman Auditorium, they had a statue of Captain Ryman, the guy who built the Ryman Auditorium. And I remember standing out there, my dad was talking to me, and he said that, you know, if this is what you really want, you can do it. He's like, you can, you know, there's a lot of people who went through there and who made it and played at the Ryman, but he was like, if you want to, you know, if this is what you want to do and you work hard enough, you can do it. Never give up. That's what I'd tell anybody who's still trying to make it in music, in the industry, or whatever they choose to do. It's not always easy. It's not going to be easy, but you can't let that discourage you. I know personally I've had my ups and downs, and you know, I still think, you know, am I really gonna make it? But at the end of the day, you have to know that, number one, who you are, and know what you are meant to do. And I know it's really easy to get distracted looking at other people and seeing what other people are doing and thinking, oh man, I wish I could do that, or man, I wish I was there playing that gig that they got. And I know we all have our goals, and you may want to play the Ryman Auditorium, but you're over here still playing at Tootsie's. Just because somebody else is playing there now doesn't mean that you won't ever play there. And you've got to learn how to be happy in where you're at, or at least be content, be thankful, but also pursue that goal that you have and not to give up on that. You can find me on emeraldbutler.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all your social media sites, as well as YouTube.